the second season of the Champions Cup, opening for business on a nippy night in the East Midlands. It'll conclude on what we hope will be a balmy day in Lyon in the middle of May. Continental line that will stretch from Welford Road to the Grand Stade de Lyon is being drawn by a team in pink and a team in green. And it's the team in pink who draw the first penalty. This is Leicester with a little bit of adventure in their hands, in their feet. Some real ambition to play with the ball in hand, to test defences. Smith, Beetham! They've got what they deserve. It may well involve a trip up to the TMO though, Ben.
I think he just wants to check Marcus Ayerza and whether he blocks and opens the hole up for Beetham.
I don't know in that case, you know, it's a 50-50 call. It could potentially go either way. He probably doesn't make a huge effort to push off, but he isn't really allowed by the line of Ayerza.
It's Mornay Stade who
to make the tackle, so it's obstruction. You agree? Thank you.
has been scratched off. Marcus Ayerza not allowing Mornay Stade to make the tackle.
Right inside, boys.
There is Stade.
Out green.
Williams. Gathered by Francais. Has been having a look at Peter Beetham's defence. We'll have a look at what he's been looking at in a moment. This is Bonneval. Oh, that was nicely done. Williams very quickly to find Julian Arias, and then back to Bonneval, and then this is Bosman, and then back to Bonneval, and he's held up just short. What a tackle that was. They may yet get the try, and they do. It's Julian Thomas, the replacement. And after all the bright ribbons from Leicester, it's the French who score first.
Oh, Brian might be about to talk about Peter Beetham's defence, but it's Nicky Gonover who makes the error on the outside, steps in when he's not needed to. They should just be drifting. He comes up hard, and then he thinks, I'll hinge in. And O'Connor's got that first man all day. They can just drift off, and now really good interplay. Good cover from Gonover, but they take McCaffrey out with the last pass. Tate gets back, and then everyone honeypots towards the ball, which means as the ball bobbles back, it's an easy run over the line and brilliant counter-attack play by Stade Francais.
Ben, I've just been keeping a quick eye on Matthew Tate, and I just feel he's not moving 100% at the moment. I have watched his full-back play, and he's not a great guy for closing the gate and identifying when his wingers made a bad decision. He plays in the backfield a huge amount. That was an opportunity for him to close much earlier than he did and cut off that 2-on-1 that eventually caught them.
Time big. Mornay Stade remains pointless in a Stade Francais shirt. None just yet this season. 50-metre kick in the old days is probably more of a 53, 54-metre kick here, but we know the dynamite that this man has in his boot. Oh, millimetres. He'll be out until the new year with his fractured arm, so Crane and McCaffrey will be busy at 8. Bonneval.
Nick, I think Leicester have been guilty of being a little bit over elaborate at times rather than just running hard. Yeah, we were talking about simple through the hands backline plays, but they just need to go run direct, 2-on-1, fix the man.
And here goes Gonover this way and that, and scores the try. And as much as Gonover gets the try, that's the first significant contribution of Brendan O'Connor as a ferret on the floor.
He's around, he feels it's just a tackle, he can stay in there, he's straight over the ball. The Stade players will say, well, the ruck was formed, the referee said it wasn't, and then it was just a case of picking off runners, confusing them. And you can see Arias doesn't know which way to turn. He's already got his back to the first defender, and someone you really don't want to have your back to when you're trying to get round the right way to make a tackle is Nicky Gonover.
Between the posts. Is there to be a score to take the lead before the break? Tom Young's that close to the grassless golden zone as far as Leicester are concerned. Williams to Gonover, he's got Smith beyond him, scores! Patience, perseverance, and before half-time for Leicester, the lead.
These forwards would have carried into contact and try and gone themselves, but they hold the pink shirts, they give it out into the backfield, and then they get one-on-one opportunities for the likes of Nicky Gonover, who has a little dart and then uses Matt Smith's power on the outside. But that try was all made by the fact that the forwards didn't just put their head down and go for the line, where they would have been smashed by pink shirts in front of them.
Just drifts away. Landed in the arms of Francais, but he was being challenged by Thompson. Oh, and then it's picked up by O'Connor, who's going to score! Thompson cleverly, and the try's given.
Brilliant play from Adam Thompson. He ran a fantastic line. Once he stays behind the player, he's entitled to run a support line. If he gets in front of him, that's interference. But fantastic play if he hasn't overrun him.
Thank you.
Nothing wrong with that for me, Nick.
He only goes in front after the push, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Seems he's running in a perfectly natural position to be to gather the ball. He knows what's going on, but Stade is the one who then runs into it.
The only thing that could do for me is if O'Connor breaks too hard.
And he's just run into him, so I'm going to award a try.
Yes, I agree. The red players pushed the green ball.
What a debut Brendan O'Connor's making. Have to make do with the 5 points.
Thompson involved initially in the kick chase, and then look at his eyes, look at him scanning both the man on his left, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He braces himself for the contact.
Ahead of Alexandra Flancard, but we've got a glimpse of Flancard warming up, so looks like he won't be far away.
Not on red.
Tick knock on, but on we go. Oh, and then that's intercepted, but we'll come back for the knock on. And frustration, disappointment for Jeremy Sanzel.
Knock on red.
It's been a really good 20 minutes for Les Collar. He's having some debut. Stade. Bosman to Sanzel. On we go. Now this is Slimani, who's developed a reputation for scoring tries recently. That was really nicely done to link up with Bosman. Much more like it from Stade for the first time in this second half. And again, Thomas grabbed around by O'Connor. Bonneval providing the link. This is Taufo. Young's holding on. Here goes Panis. Thomas. Maybe Stade aren't about to fold. What a score would do for the complexion now. Oh, wonderfully done. Out of the back by Francais, and the try is scored. Oh my goodness, they've constructed that beautifully.
Well, just a superb score. Not panicking. Good decisions made. Lovely little offload as Tom Youngs went for the intercept. And then stands up. They're in behind. They don't panic.
Thank you.
And then ball into Francais' hands. He offloads out the tackle there. And then he'll do it much more dynamically later on. Taufo keeps the ball alive. But then as they come back from this phase, they target Francais. He gets the fend out with his right hand into the throat, gives him enough time to get out the back door.
The man who took the ball and had work to do to find Williams. Quick footwork, running beyond the attempted hit of Francais. And this is O'Connor. Slimmening over the top, and he needed some clearing out. And the penalty in the end goes against the prop, and Leicester take it quickly. Youngs for the line in the bonus point, and they have a fourth try. We've not played an hour.
Magnificent from Ben Youngs. You know, it's the sort of thing that is synonymous with his game. You know, playing and thinking a little bit quicker than everyone else, identifying that Stade hadn't even retreated 5 meters, quick tap, and no one could touch him, knowing that he had a free run of things.
You see Slimani goes off his feet, that's what the penalty's for. But while Slimani's arguing, Ben Youngs takes advantage. Look, Parisse's in there arguing as well, and Youngs has gone. But the quality of Leicester's clearing out in the phases leading up to that had put Stade onto the back foot, maybe taken a little bit out of them.
Bends it onto the target once again, and Leicester restore their dozen-point lead. Driven on again. Well, the ball's loosened. Slimani drives forward.
Go straight down in your hands. Interfere with the ball.
Leicester into the 30s, heading towards their biggest score of the season so far.
Yeah.
Ross, South African, fresh from barging over for what turned out to be the winning try against Clermont last Sunday in Paris. Mornay Stade, and smart work to release Rasouk. Picked up by Thomas once more. Parisse provides the link. Flancard, Leicester offside in their haste to get up in defence. Playing on again, Rasouk. Driven forward by Arias, he's got one man to beat, and I think he scored that. Short of the line, but he was able to stretch and score.
There's nothing from that angle. What about his feet? Does anything touch the ground? I don't think they do. This is the best angle.
This is the one that'll tell us, and I think it's just about the feet.
Ball's down.
His left calf.
Simon McDowell's the TMO.
I think it's down by the time.
John,
yes,
you may award the try.
The sideline.
That took a little bit of time. Whether that had gone over or not, they'd have still needed one more kick. Jeremiah by off the tee to conclude business. 33 points to 20. A winning Champions Cup start for Leicester.